Hi, I'm Fran Tarkington, 75 years old, started 20 companies. We're here to help you and bring you information and knowledge from people that are getting it done in the trenches. Today, you're going to meet TJ Muehleman, and he is something else. He's been in the trenches, he started companies, he's running companies, he's failed, he's made something work, he's failed again and made something work. These are the people that you can learn from. We're not here to make a speech. We're not holding a class. You're going to be able to hear from a real live entrepreneur. Doesn't make any difference what kind of business he's in. All the things he's going to talk about, he's experienced, and you're going to learn from it. And you can be on your mobile device or wherever you may be, at your house, in your garage, in your attic, on the street, and you'll be able to access this information. And stay with us, because TJ is going to make you smarter and give you a better chance to make your business work or make your business grow. TJ, welcome.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
Now, let's start off with this.
Sure.
Everything you've tried has worked.
No.
Really? Take me through. I know you started a company 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
Tell me how that evolved, what you did, how
Sure.
you raised money, and what happened.
Yeah, so my co-founder and I, TJ Muehleman, we started a company. It's all about hospitality, helping people find jobs in restaurants, hotels, catering. I come from a restaurant family. My dad is a chef, has been one for 50 years. And so I worked my way through college as a bartender, so I have an affinity for people who work in the restaurant business. And we wanted to make it easier for them to find jobs. So we started the company about 4.5 years ago. We pivoted about 10 times. We tried a bunch of different things to get people excited about finding jobs, excited about growing their career in the hospitality industry. We managed to raise about $500,000.
You raised $500,000.
Yeah.
And the premise of the business, you're really going to represent the hospitality industry itself,
Right.
and make deals with them, and you're going to feed them
Candidates
to work for them.
Yeah, and the idea was our unique value propositions were we're going to make it easy, because restaurant people are super busy.
Yep.
So we knew that they work 70 hours a week, they don't get paid a ton. We're going to make it mobile so that they could do it while they're out on the floor at a restaurant. And we had special software that we'd written to surface people who might be a good fit at a particular restaurant. So if you'd worked at a steakhouse, we would show people who worked at New York Prime, for instance. Okay. So we knew a lot about what restaurant people were looking for. So
it makes sense.
Yeah.
You're helping them find good quality people,
right,
in a place where they have a massive turnover. I would imagine
100% turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find good qualified people that unique. Those people are dealing with your customers.
Yeah. I mean, that's your sales rep. I mean, if you think about it, a server or a bartender effectively is a sales representative for the business.
All right, let's go back again.
Sure.
Got a good idea?
Yep.
Got a business partner? I like the idea of partners. Partners are good things.
Yeah.
Got to have partners.
Yeah.
All right, now, but you need some money.
We need money.
And you went out and you raised, as you said, $500,000.
About that, yeah.
Tell me where you raised it.
So we basically called every wealthy person we knew in Atlanta. I've worked at startups my whole career. I've been doing it for 16 years. And I've been at companies that were venture backed. So I knew some folks who were angels who would be willing to support us. And the process is you just establish a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a sales guy, I'm a technical, my background is in technology. So it was really difficult for me particularly to raise money. And that was one valuable lesson.
It's a hard thing to do.
It's super hard.
Yeah, you ask somebody, invest in my deal.
Right. And especially when you don't have any revenue, you don't have a team, you just have an idea.
And you don't have a background.
Right.
I mean, you haven't built Apple.
Right.
You're not Steve Jobs and someone who's got, and so you really had to go to your friends and families.
Yeah.
Which is hard. And now, how did you get a valuation of your company when you haven't had any sales yet?
Well, so what we did is we actually did a convertible note. So we did a debt round.
You did a debt
So
round.
we raised debt. So there's no valuation at that point.
Okay.
And that was something that when we did that raise back in 2011 was a fairly new idea. You know, to your point, most people when they raise money, they establish a valuation, they raise money on that valuation, they sell.
And the valuation, quite frankly, is artificial.
It is artificial.
There is no valuation.
Right. Exactly.
It's really a zero valuation because we haven't done anything yet.
Right.
We got an idea. How do you do the idea?
Yeah.
And so that's why you go to friends and families because they're giving you money that they hope works out, but most of the time doesn't work out, and they really kind of know that.
Yeah, exactly. So we approached a bunch of folks that we knew really well. We spent a lot of time with them. I mean, we're talking dozens and dozens of meetings before we were able to broach the conversation of, will you put money into our company? And fortunately, we have 6 investors who are, I mean, lifelong mentors to me now, and have really taught me a lot about running a company, about raising money, about how to organize fundraising. And so we did that, and that's kind of gotten us to where we are today. Which is a company that, to be completely honest, is not a wild success. It's profitable, but barely.
Barely. It's just
eking by.
Eking by.
Yeah.
But you also probably found out that even though these are good people, investors, that you end up spending so much time with the investors about what's going on, and are you making money, are you making progress, are you doing this, are you cutting this, are you keeping expenses down, that rather than spending money in the marketplace to figure out how I make it work. You've got to work with this.
It's a full-time job. I tell that to new entrepreneurs all the time. If you're going to go out and raise money, be prepared for it to be a full-time job, to not only raise the money, but once you've raised the money, to manage the investors. And we had the most low-key, low-profile investors that you could ask for. I mean, they were very, very kind to us, very willing to help. But even those folks, it takes time and effort to manage them and to keep them apprised of where you're going.
After saying that, I want you to tell our people that are watching us. Do you think that's the right way to go, or do you think bootstrapping is the right way to go?
Bootstrapping is right for me.
It's right for you. Bootstrapping is right for me also, because I've done what TJ did. In one of my one of my early companies, I raised $250,000. And I did that back when I was 25, 26 years old, because I was playing football, and I could. And guess what we did? We went through the $250,000 before we figured out how to do the business. I never did that again. Never did that again. So
and so one of the things we also learned about raising money is, like, not only is it a full-time job, but once you start raising money, you have to always raise money. It's a never-ending process. So we're not great at raising money. I mean, my background is building systems. I love programming and working with teams. So we had started to run out of money pretty consistently early on in We&Co. So about 2 years ago, we had run out of money for, I think, the 6th time. And I was like, how in the hell am I going to make my mortgage payment?
And how painful is that?
And it's painful. I mean, you have to lay people off.
You don't sleep at nights?
You don't sleep at night.
You have that little knot in your stomach? That just like, holy cow, what's going on here?
What have I done?
What have you done? You've hurt people, and now they're angry at you. And
So we were kind of faced with 2 decisions. One, we could go out and try to raise more money, but at that point, our metrics weren't strong enough to raise more money for We&Co. The second
metrics being
how many users, how much revenue,
how many sales, how much profit, how many customers, right?
Exactly.
You just didn't have enough.
Just didn't have enough. I mean, again, enough to keep the company going, but not enough to raise a Series A round of funding. So, because my co-founder and I are technical, we're good at building stuff. We were approached by some folks to help them build an application, and we had always told people no. We're like, no, we're going to focus on our business. And finally, we said, hell with it. Yes, we'll help you build your website. And that was literally intended to be a means to an end. We were going to make the money to fund We&Co. And it literally, turned into this juggernaut where it was just one employee, technically, of Standard Code, which is our second company, for about 6 months, and then we added another employee, and then we added another one, and here we are 2 years later. It's profitable. We have 10 employees. There's 11 of us total. We are doing work all over the world, and it's totally bootstrapped. We haven't raised a dime on that. So, I mean, the concept of bootstrapping is all about utilizing funds from work that you're doing inside the company to continue to grow your business. Instead of raising money external, you're using internal revenue to grow your business. And I think the key there is to find a customer, somebody who needs a solution built. You may not have all the answers, but they know what they want. And building that solution, using those learnings to evolve a product is a really crucial part of bootstrapping. We've done it a number of times at Standard Code, where we've built the same solution 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden we're like, we have a product here. And using those funds to actually grow the business instead of raising money means you have more control, you have more ownership, and it's an organic way of growing a business as opposed to a fake way of growing a business. I think sometimes raising money tends to be more like steroids, where you grow the business much more quickly than you probably should have.